I'm a little bit surprised that Team 1 didn't actually pick this ban. I thought it was like the first most obvious ban when they saw the NS, and they picked Willow, so I was a little bit surprised by that. And I think it's probably the only hero I could see solve that issue for OG.
Because what it was is T1 firmly controlled the condition, right? Like, just look at the graph, it's like, okay, we haven't addressed this at all as OG. So you needed some
They
hero
got 10 seconds to
similar to, say, like,
choose.
what an Alchemist would have impact.
Funny, just fuck it, random. Wow, Magnus.
Oh. Pause 1 tiny, same thing. Night Stalker, pause 3, Legion, pause 5, below pause 4.
他是
哇，但都西北头诶。
对会这个 octopus 好看诶。
You look like a dick, sir.
Then they have a card for the RP. I think
Magnus meat.
That wasn't the type of hero at all that I was thinking about.
When you guys were talking about the whole win condition.
Wow, interesting eh, boss fight the Tide Hunter.
They're going to be able to, okay, they're running around as 5 or whatever, but ultimately T1, aren't they just going to naturally outscale OG?
哇
Like,
set
how
的
does
那
OG
个
in this game
Night Stalker
when you've got
救我下
Medusa, Doom, Mag, like they're all
Dobson
going to
Tinker
naturally
almost
scale up
almost
and
naked.
there's OG in the game to prevent them reaching the point that doesn't matter if
主没有也是主没有的 Tiny 也是 naked。
I think
No.
the way the Deuce Tinker matchup goes, or like in general, I think OG will have a timing where they're much stronger. But I think at some point Deuce will just be, it'll take too long for the team.
Oh, tiny boss 1 is so popular now. What the hell?
很恐怖诶，刚刚 Matu 玩
Especially down the line, T1 has
so scary。
and they have like Empower Dusa. They have a lot of damage in their draft.
Walao eh, 现在 first
他们的 team
哇那个 first thank you first thank you 很难玩sia。
啊
OG drafts have a really clear timing of like once they get Blink Daggers or they have the vision tools, they have nighttime.
我在想哇那个 T1 的 teamfight 很恶心诶 ，late game 也是很恶心。
That's why, walao. Yeah, just OG just need one set can already. One game can already. Oh, C base 好这个。
现在他们有那个什么？
刚才他们跟 Esther 打的时候哦，他们的 chat wheel damn quiet sia。
来，他们没有用到 chat wheel 啊
Yeah, they didn't use the chat wheel. It was damn quiet. They can feel that they damn demoralized. Wow, but they will be having T1 will be having a very hard time going high ground.
True.
They don't.
But they go late. Ultimately, they will still go up the high ground. I think.
Yeah lah, but then.
如果他去到 ultra late 的话，很难玩。
They still they have to go above 60 minutes lor.
But I don't think will happen 啊，60 minutes.
Yeah lah. Then they need to worry about toss back.
Both Mag and Deuce kind of want to farm patience, and how they decided to distribute that.
一定你 after TI 的 pub 一定很多 LC boss fight.
Well, then we'll just tiny boss one lor.
Then clock boss fight 也是很多。
Actually, clock boss are very common.
Just because of the versatility of them being able to play on Carl or Cuckoo, and also it just seems to
因为那时候对呀 ，No Tail 玩 Legion 的时候，他 duel basically do no damage to opponent.
Yeah,
it's just
lock down. It just lock down. Oh, wow.
Oi.
What the? 死掉？诶，还没有打。哇。
That's first blood.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no. 23 Savage thought the friendly fire was
Man,
gonna
first
be
thank
good
you,
enough,
see,
but
man,
he
it's
caught the
easy.
brambles, so
I
much
knew.
damage.
No, I think OG's draft is not really about the things. I think this game is gonna come very much down to like, can OG force T1 into such a small space on the map that their heroes
Walao, how make.
Another concern I had is you picked Magnus into Tinker, but that matchup's very Tinker-based, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, 你 Tinker versus Magnus or I think it's...
like Storm, like Tinker.
Wow, I don't know how to play.
Damage, and there's no real offensive.
I think 他很快就会去 jungle 了。
No, unless you tell me Tinker will fuck up and go too close to you, then you skew him back to tower, that's the only way.
Yeah. Basically, Tinker 是 free farm 了。
Yeah, I don't really understand this pick either. But it'll be curious to see how it plays out.
He got nothing he left like one Quilling Blade.
Because you also had like the tie already. Like I feel like
So far OG like never win first thank you.
but I feel like your
Yeah, I think so far 4 games. 诶，这个是 5th game. Yeah, 4 games.
6
You
game
would have
eh.
preferred what a more active like Pug Fina Quap
Oh
style.
yeah, 4th game,
Is
correct.
that what you were looking for?
I actually was thinking about
5th game already mah? Yesterday 3
Yeah,
games.
correct.
This one's 2nd game. Yeah, 5th game already.
just because you find him immediately and then with Dagon
A lot of comeback gaming 嘛。看到他妈的那个
Do you think they were more
镜头差点跳出来。
focused on the durability of their mid laner
He got
versus
only
Night
one
Stalker's
Quailing
time? Like, were
Blades
they just not looking at Tinker and being like,
No lah,
"Oh,
bottle
fuck,
is coming
these
at-
other heroes?"
it's possible, but the thing is, like, I feel like Zeus is really nice
So
to
set.
Stalker too, because your big issue and what OG's advantage is, like Abe was saying, is vision, and that's the part of the game that T1 grab kind of suffers.
Oh, I don't know
Have
how
all this team fight,
they're gonna get
but
first thank you
you're
there.
not gonna have any method of using it unless
Yeah, line up like that.
OG's gonna
Yeah lah,
effectively
a bit
have
hard.
initiators advantage.
Unless, yeah, after 10 minutes.
I would agree with that. I think
Oh, we got him!
Until
Shockwave skewered back into the tower. Does have the laser on him, so he couldn't actually put any damage during that time.
Yeah, I think for me, I was looking for something that gives them a little bit of pace. I think their draft right now, like if you're playing Phoenix or it's just hard for them to start stuff off. They kind of have to react to OG constantly. So I was thinking more something along the lines of Ember, Void Spirits, which are not necessarily great heroes for the game, but I think it makes T1's draft come together, and it gives them a hero to play around, a hero to enable them.
wow, this annoying mana burn shit.
So I think for me, I would imagine that's what they're thinking about this match.
Holy shit.
More of like a blink initiator with horn toss and like probably just using RP to get kills for them and punishing OG when they go to lead.
Kuko opted for the mana burn creep instead of the bigger satyr.
Tiny's a low mana hero.
Oh, look at no tail. I like that controlling the bottom rune. And
Oh, OG, no tail took the water rune.
Rune control.
Oh, Magnus.
No, because Thompson will take top rune.
so Carl too low. If he runs for the rune, he dies to a rocket laser.
诶，他走过去了诶。
Deny the full wave before he runs for it.
我觉得不会 he cannot go at all.
Like not even watching.
Thompson basically waiting for him to go.
Well,
Thompson still got the bounty at top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, OG's lanes are doing really, really well. Even the top lane, Night Stalker's winning during daytime, and it's about to hit night, and he has lane control. So this is not looking great for T1, I think, at the start.
Lightning's doing well.
I guess the first one, right? But Seb is going like straight Vanguard too, and now it's nighttime, and suddenly this is
OG Esther carry 是什么啊 second game? 你记得吗？
They don't
我
even
忘记
have
了
like stacks or anything on the side of T1, so it's not even like there's a plan B set in place.
Yeah, and it's a bit too early for Dusa to leave the lane. You don't really want to leave the lane yet. You still want to be able to sit here and play pressure. And here's also the problem with not having any sort of playmaker in your draft. You don't really have the ability to shift stuff up. So once OG starts zoning these heroes off the lane,
The top 3 net worth all
suddenly
OGs, yeah.
Dusa's taking max space.
Huh?
No longer
Top
able to
3 net worth all OG.
greedy heroes like the way they want.
Oh.
So your point, neither support really takes place. They're just ult-dependent team fighters. And I think about the necessity of taking a Tinker's Towers to obtain map control. How in the hell are you going to do that if you've lost all the lanes? The T1 not out of this, but
Oh.
OG
Oh,
are
shit.
certainly in control.
Okay.
2 all. 我还是死掉。哇，
Is
斗
he gonna be burned out? He will, and Zephyr is going to survive. Over the side, Carl having to skewer away.
Hey, Q-Sep.
So should be okay. White on
Yes, nice!
RP underneath the tower still has a shockwave ready to go, and that is just enough to get the
After
kill.
10 kill, then he come back, ah.
He
You run, hey, die, hey, turn, you turn.
Kaupe.
So nice pickup for Carl. Good use of his first RP. Oh no! Thompson just TP'd to he accidentally TP'd. I guess it actually doesn't matter at all. But he TP'd to tier 1 and just killed the base, back to base. So I guess it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. He had a team.
他的这个冷胶 skill 哦 fucking free TP 来的。
哦，好了。
Your face looks beautiful in profile.
Oh my god. It's a side
不然他
profile,
cooldown 很
right?
久了 actually, I think.
Yeah.
How many seconds 啊 ？90 seconds 啊。
Yeah, but then
Caution looked at
he got ulti.
always be looking at
Instant
B or A to
TP.
side.
So it seems like neither team was able to do anything with the catapults. This is catered to the jungle, and I think this
哇，
is
西
like
别
Force's
痛啊
goal. They want to force
哦，来了 set 从后面来了。哎，not set，
more and
oh no
more
tail。
force them further and further into their own.
哇老，
That
哇
was
的 damage。
just a bit too much damage for Carl. Didn't
Yeah.
expect that. They still have the siege wagon alive too, so they can do a lot in this mid lane.
哇，都 top。
Pop as well. Savage running him down. They're gonna try and TP in to bail him out, but it's not gonna be good enough. It's a Tide Hunter ultimately. He doesn't provide a stun to stop Seb. He just keeps running him down. Wow. Yeah, OG are just owning right now. And it's only 4-3, but if you look at the map, it just they own everything at the moment. However, it's kind of what the draft is required to do, right? They need to be the playmakers. They have to be the ones kind of forcing T1 into uncomfortable spots.
妈的，这个 Doom level 6没有 add Doom。
At a certain point,
No.
they're gonna be plenty strong, but
I think
the biggest
他
unknown for them is gonna be at a point
有留着一个 skill points 嘛
because he just has
or
to
he add
back
stats.
Tinker. If you doom
No
him,
lah, I think he
that
left
is
one skill
likely
point.
gonna be enough to win the fight.
Yeah, from here we cannot see.
Very close to his win tag. Farming up stacks. Oh, very tricky. Perfect.
我 Tinker 要 dagger 了。
Very big pickup.
So T1's gonna hit their timing right.
Oh, fuck lah,
And
you.
both their supports are hopefully gonna be level 6.
对
Build.
了，
And that's when they're gonna be able to fight back. Right now
我
they're
干
just
了
trying to get as much as they can out of the map until
，no 丢也来了，我
Come on,
干
gotta get a run
了
over。here. You're not gonna allow this support to be able to sit in and soak up whatever creeps push in. T1 scout out the stacks here, but not much they can do about that ancient stack. Curious, so I
哇
Wow, savage.
Savage needs some help. He's dead.
，no TPs。None of them
Yes,
got
out of
TP。
mana. They're gonna TP in now. Maybe Carl can actually bail him, but not in time. He
Okay.
might be able to get the kill on his Seb, pulls him back in.
那我
with the
觉得
RP. He's gonna
Carl
get
会
stunned,
死
but the tower might be able to finish
哇，
off
没有
the
死欸
job. Zephyr
Yeah,
maybe
是
get
是
him
是
on fire.
哎
Oh, getting cleansed just at the right time. Dives forward. A couple more fire spirits. The Sunray going out, but again canceled.
Whoa, nice.
Add that haste rune from the bottom, and that is going to be enough to be able to get that kill. If there's no haste, he just lives there. Oh, look at Carl! He knew that Tinker was doing the smoke laser trick on the ancient stack, and he's gonna take the last four
Nice.
of the ancients.
as is
no 丢也来了
this，is
哦
slowing down
，Tinker 也来
a
了，
lot, and it gives them the gold they need. But
我
the
死
hero that
背
we have
痛
not talked
，Tinker
about
并 dagger 了。
and he's just farming out of his mind.
Ouch.
He was so close to 6 there. Would have got a easy duel, but yeah, it's a good point for me. Sumel's just untouched. He's gonna have Echo Saber complete on the way. 10 minutes into the game. Yeah, you can see though, like I think that's very telling that the golden X
妈的，bet 这样多干嘛？他妈的！
is relatively. It's 'cause this is the state of the game.
OK 啦，还有，等 Doom 跟 Ravage
They can just kinda sit on
plus
the
RP
one triangle and eventually take a double.
then clear team
Now
就
is
可以
the
了。
time. Tinker has a blink
Clear
trigger,
team.
trying to make moves.
刚刚那个
死嘞，死掉了啦，姑姑，姑，死掉了，死掉了。
Fear might still be enough. The burst damage is so much. If he gets out of vision,
Wow.
maybe he survives. Tinker Thompson does not want to chase that.
Wow.
刚刚是什么 team 啊？
Yeah, so now they know that Kuka has to
So,
go back to base. I would expect Thompson to go
刚
top
是
before
啊，对
Tinker
Secret
could
SG
like
Esports 也是 what
enable them to go for this
they were like 8-5 then after that they clear team then become 10-9
Really man？
White Mon.
yeah
Pulling
Secret
back in the
Secret
trees.
was
Secret
like
is just trying to soak up experience. He's gonna
5
focus on trying to
then
keep Seb
SG Spot
maintain
8
the tower,
then after
protect
that
the base,
Secret
so
clear
that
team
stays
SG
alive.
Sports
Bringing the doom for
Oh
this one. Seb, they're going to be able to
Two.
get the Doom off on him, so they're not going to be able to get off the
Hey.
first. He is going to get a bit of a bumper and heal, but
Tinker
the
is
rest of
around
T1
though.
have already sandwiched in. He's dead.
Yeah, one more team
Wow.
wipe.
Down.
You
This
may
is the
think.
timing for OG now to try to make some move. I think this is kind of expected for them. They know that
Nice,
they're gonna have to
nice.
lead some kills to these cooldowns. And
Ah, he got Ravage,
then
he
it's
got Ravage,
all
got
about how you
Ravage.
capitalize on these minutes for
Yeah.
doing this now.
Exactly, because it's also they know for a fact
Annoying,
that
annoying.
Teleport's on top.
Stinker.
You can see Soxa down bottom pulled off the creep wave, and now they see that Savage has TP'd down here, so suddenly perhaps that's a potential place to exploit. Because Tinker is going to play corners. Side lane he wants. He knows that with these boards, he really wants to get a duel off. He knows he's there.
PK war from Zephyr there, scouts out everything.
Wow.
哎，他不会死
Shield's
啊！
coming, he's going to dive away, and is very
Oh, has
likely
ulti,
going to die anyway.
and he's
I
dead,
don't
huh?
think he wants to pop Supernova, but at the same time, if he doesn't, he's also feeding away. Dual damage to No Tail. Mid lane, looks like they managed to catch Soxa. It is going to be another one of those
Okay,
big
still got
cooldowns that you were talking about.
chance, still got chance.
Just
Wow.
forward position,
他妈的这个，
我懂这个 game OG 会赢吧？那个 first tank kill 很，哎呦 I think it depends on the first ravage as well
No matter what,
as the RP.
I think that's
Yeah.
like the way the heroes play right now. So
So 一个好的 combo 他们就杀3个就差不多了，那也的。
yeah, and this is during you have to keep in mind this is during daytime. OG's playing daytime right now, and
Because Medusa is basically
a fight where they wipe them in exchange
a
for
creep
those
farming.
cooldowns.
No use.
And I think that's kind of what they're gonna have to do here after tier one.
Medusa farming, Doom farming, what the hell? Farm.
so one of the initiation tools.
Okay lah, but that's their plan lah. They have to farm lah. But wow, fuck lah.
Yeah, I mean T1's just banking on like.
我的
they're gonna
15块
overtime.
击败，看他
You guys
smoke
might
起来了，
fight
很干了
or
啦。
you're just gonna try to get as much gold.
你 ravage
Alright.
to RP then to egg.
哎，很干了。
哇，你现在在 ravage
斗了，Goodbye，死了。
啊
拜拜15块。You better fucking win this game. 他妈的玩 cleans 玩 cleans，现在玩个击败。
Thompson is doomed. They're burning him out right now, but they can't actually keep any heroes on top.
应该会被 deny 啊。
没有，我觉得他不会死。
会死欸？
不会。
还有 half duration 呢。
哎，不会死。
哦 OK，他 damage 像少啊。
He had that was like literally just as it was off cooldown.
Yeah.
That's if they get that kill on Thompson, that's enormous. Like Sumail's not even playing Dota yet. He's 156 CS at 14 minutes. Shadow Blade. That is
156 CS。
the fastest one I've seen.
哇，14 minute 呢。
And they're
Echo
about
Saber
to
Shadow
push
Blade.
their rest
Mother,
for
I got
April.
problem
You
getting.
notice
I got
that
even problem just getting Shadow Blade at 14 minutes.
That's all that OG's trying to accomplish. And then they're gonna try to force fights when they know that they don't have cooldowns or when they feel comfortable with their own items.
还没要去杀 Doom 了。now OG can kill just kill as many as you can.
You already won.
Boom,
Gugu is
boom,
gonna be
boom,
real quickly
boom.
bursted down between the combination of this trio. Fast kill.
Nice,
and
nice.
anywhere else on the map he wants to.
Wow, but
T1, as you
next
said,
game
they
我
don't
bet
have a
T
catch this
T1
turn,
赢诶
so he could just constantly
Yeah.
being applying pressure. Even if
OG
he
minus
loses
0.5 我 bet 啊，
this,
我 bet
it's
5块
so hard to
T1
Dota when you just don't
我
have
bet
a
OG
catch.
而已。
This is why I would have liked
Aye.
something like Emperor Void, right? So they can fight back in these early
I
games
should have stayed loyal.
and always run away.
OG minus 0.5 OG. Who was say?
At some point,
They on good form now.
and that is
Yeah.
very difficult against the heroes that they have. Reaching Herald
Wake up
makes
call，
it
真的是
very,
wake up
very
call.
hard.
But this guy go up, then he's fucked.
Seb dodges the shot
But 哇，
away,
明天 EG
otherwise
也是好
may
看。
be pulled back into RP.
哦，明天我应该是去打poker噻。
But because
对。
nighttime
Oh.
vision, the superior vision,
Okay lah, 没问题啊 just bet wait for the result can already.
additional rocket damage. I actually really like the Vanguard just 'cause
I will watch while I
he's
play.
a living ward, so just running in, like he doesn't necessarily need to do damage, just keep vision for his tinker.
哇啦，he
Pops
damn
Darkness
daring sia.
now, and immediately goes for the silence onto the Tidehunter. Supernova goes down, so Seb immediately knocked back down.
好吧，
Slowed
孩
down rather,
子。
can still fly into the trees, but he's going to be hit by Carl.
Wow,
RP,
RP
down
on
to the
one.
Nice sphere going out, but the Ravage is going to be able to catch Seb and stall the rest of OG just a little bit. Not enough for White Man to survive. No, he
But
actually
they
does
do
win
nothing
that
already
shield.
now to
23
Sumail.
Savage lost most of his mana, but OG just
a little bit too spread apart here. Didn't focus down one hero.
Yeah, so in exchange for almost all their cooldowns, except for Doom, they get the 1 kill on Night Stalker. And OG has basically everything ready. They use the NS ulti, but it doesn't matter because it's nighttime. So I expect OG now to like tempo up and try to really squeeze them into the triangle.
Just gonna stay on it.
Oh.
Yeah, he
Pew.
certainly got him.
Yeah, this is the trouble because cooldowns down. Suddenly you're afraid.
他已经死了，还要再给 rocket bomb 一次。
Observer cap on real fast. Cap. You see nothing.
哇，这个是90哦，这个你看
And suddenly duel.
Not that it matters too much for a 5v5.
Whoa, we got the win.
Yeah, but like suddenly.
What the hell, man? Tinker is a retarded hero.
He's just not farming anything. Like you can't play the map safely because Thompson can be everywhere, and Seb is almost permanently off map.
Yeah, and Nota's
Yeah,
using his
really
flash to
everywhere.
where the enemy team wants to be. So you see he runs to the triangle, make sure they're not farming there. They drop some sentries.
哦，你看这个
They gotta keep track of it.
红干
很难
料，
的，他完全放不到。
And then they know where they are, they just pick them off like this. They know there's no fight back until Ravage and Egger up. They know they're not gonna get pushed.
The support duo of T1, like that's what they have.
你懂现在 laser 是 AOE 吗？
Like without the play, if you look at the Tidehunter, 3 points
Oh,
to
no.
Kraken shell.
哦 laser is AOE。
他是 scatter，then 他才会 bounce 一次。
No, now it will bounce in one small area. That's why Tinker now can farm ancient damn quickly.
Oh.
But
bounce，他 bounce 是 full damage 啊。
Full damage 啊。
哦，okay.
But only the first target that he hit is will kena the
他 blind 啊。
yeah. 哇，斗这
As
个
you said, tempoing up. The Supernova's going to go
Ah.
down. They're actually going to go for the egg here, and it is going to die. But maybe they can catch some of these heroes where they're right next to the tier 3.
Wow,
The duel
sweet
before
lah.
the skewer. He knows he was going to die either way, most likely. So if he goes into the base, so he might as well duel, draw out some time, and will eventually die. But allows the rest of his team to go wherever they want.
Space period. That causes a lot of space. I think he was hoping that they would throw an RP on him or something.
one boss 5 and boss 4.
That's a bluff though. You know, like
Yeah.
they get the kill, and he's just playing. You know, you've got to figure.
Medusa is so poor, man. Doom is even poorer.
Tier 2 and 3. Look at the warding that OG's got. Certainly use this nighttime.
Doom have a Midas and he's still 4k behind Tiny. Eh.
Control this area. No triangle available.
He go for Midas 啊。
Yeah, he got Midas.
Yeah, and once they scout out the triangle, they know that T1's not there. That means they know exactly where they are on the map right now. They know they're playing in that jungle, and they're just
Wow,
getting
oh,
closer
okay, yeah, I saw the
or engaging
bounce.
whenever they feel comfortable with the lanes and the positions that they have.
Oh,
Yeah.
run.
Axe finished on.
Now getting shot.
TPing in the bottom lane. The
Oh, I
Night
think
Stalker
Sumo
is
will sit
gonna be
down.
behind here. Doom shows up.
What the?
Doom the Tiny. It looks like the Darkness sees the Tidehunter TPing in as well. Actually cancel that and back up. Looks like they're giving up this tier 2 tower between the Darkness damage and the Tiny damage. It'll fall pretty quickly here.
So the only thing T1 really has going here is that they're gonna have a
Oh,
very
Meteor
long
Yose
lead time, and I think
Telo.
they're closing in on finishing items on Carl
Okay lah.
and 23 Savage to be able to at least take the fight. So this next team fight's
Oh,
gonna be really
Medusa
important.
SNY
The
deal.
combination between the Ravages and
Dude, look at him.
19-minute
Tier
dive,
3,
tier 3.
that doesn't mean much to them apparently. If they can keep the vision, maybe the Tinker can finish them off with rockets. Not quite good enough. Seb had to back away. And slight heal from the Phoenix is good enough.
Yeah, no, I think the BKB Doom is kind of critical because you saw there where he was going for a play on the Sumail, but because he didn't get it right off the bat.
他那个 rolling 那个 like the blue thing surrounding him
So this at least allows
got do
him
anything
to
or not?
Damage ah.
rush through
Tinker
OG's
or
hero
damage?
Oh, Tinker. No, Tinker. That one is shield.
maybe, and
Oh.
potentially just find
So
Thompson.
his
If you
that
don't
one
have
is
Thompson,
his
then
stupid
especially in the worst
one. His skill called Defense Matrix.
'Cause then you throw Egg
Absorb
down,
320
Ravage,
damage, 50% status
Blink on
resistance.
Blink on Carl as well.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be hard for them to
50%,
close.
5-0.
That's kind of like the trick here. You gotta get past the
5-0 ah.
Yeah.
past
So
the
your
first
stun
round.
duration
Right
to
now,
him
you do have no
50%
stun
lower.
time for a long period of
RP
time. Seb used it
is
right
like what,
right
2
before
seconds
Thompson
stun.
ran out, so it's about a minute here that T1 has to try to find themselves a good team fight.
I think the only chance for
Or they're
T1
just
to
being
win is
slow
a
for
5-man
the second.
RPA.
It's also a good way to set yourselves up for a future team fight.
5-man
You know,
RP
just
Ravage
going
plus the
Supernova.
yeah.
And it's not as brutal as perhaps expected, but Sumail and Thompson 17, 17. Carl 23, 14, 13 respectively. This will lead
They can change the icon one.
What thing?
You don't want to go
The
force 5 on
The
them.
minimap.
shield. No, the skill. I mean,
Skill icon?
they can switch the position one.
Cannot?
T1's actually quite
Cannot
hard.
meh?
Cannot?
T1 feels like they've survived
怎么
like, the hardest
谁
part of the game. And
因
then
为我看到丁哥他的那个 shield 是在第三个，第
Yeah
三个是
There's no more much
Oh.
already. There's no more much already.
Oh, okay.
They changed the skills to that stupid shit.
Oh, I thought 他买 scepter 才有。
Yeah, he buy scepter then we'll have. Now he buy scepter then he have much. Not scepter, I think it's a shard.
Okay.
Really good point because like you
Yeah,
like,
shard.
it's impossible for T1 to play Dota for like this entire game thus far. But now BKB very soon on the Doom, you actually have items, and it's finally the time of the game maybe you look to force a team fight. Shard up on both Tiny and LC.
Darkness going to be popped here as they look to be able to finish off Roshan, zoned down by the Brambles as well. They're just keeping these heroes
Oh.
back. While Roshan
They totally cannot go in, sia.
picked up for Sumail, and T1 very likely just going to have to back away.
That was really nice from Seven Sox though. They just cut him off with the choke.
Yeah, they had very nice positioning there, where they were positioned far enough to where their smoke doesn't pop, but close enough to where they see them if they're trying to run down the ramp.
And that was also right before the BKB timing of Cuckoo, which is probably a big reason why T1 was also so hesitant about trying
Doom
to
is
get
pretty
to that
farm
Roshan
though.
pit right away.
And you can see this spam
But Tiny is more farm.
BKB. Midas okay lah.
Carl's gonna get caught here, and Sumail does a lot of damage. They needed
Hey,
an
where's
RP
Tinker?
him.
Ah,
Cuckoo,
Tinker's there.
nice spear coming out from Sox.
Whoa. What the fuck?
One core pickoff turns to two, and add a support into the mix. OG.
Thompson really everywhere,
T1
sir.
now.
How did they catch that?
Sumail, I think it was just
Oh.
waiting for the creeper.
那个 caster 都讲 how。
Yeah, I think so.
那 caster 是 Insignia right?
Yeah, Insignia and How. 还有那个 capitalist I think.
He cannot even RP to save himself.
Oh, wait.
Oh, he cannot even doom himself.
You don't expect that to be the move, and there's just 5 OG heroes standing there.
Pew.
And now Tiny gets to hit buildings. They know there's no RP.
Walao.
Tiny, that also has the attack speed from No Tail.
So this is really smart. They put the brambles down, and if you watch how Sumail's standing, he's positioning himself in a way where it's hard to blink in to get the skewer back.
Yep. Carl, he had to try and blink around the
Wow.
bramble and
Damn
skewer
smart.
through it.
Hmm.
And wasn't able to find the opening.
The no tail just waiting for him to come in and
He understands that
skewer.
he can't blink into the brambles, so he's gonna have to reposition himself.
Then he'll give no Sumail the 2-second BKB.
Come in and like try to position himself,
He'll double damage yeah.
which makes it easy for him to get that toss off. 'Cause he sees
Imagine
everyone-
Sumail double damage, 你砍2次那个 tower 不见掉。
It's just so funny watching Sumail play this style. Just tranquil soul ring, shard, spamming.
Yeah, no
Heal.
tail's healing himself.
Sumail
Whoa.
running headlong in and immediately popping the press the attack shard.
Doom cannot even use
Commander
BKBs yeah.
easily dealing with any of those stuns. 23 Savage may actually just be dying here. They know he's in trouble. They're gonna pop the supernova. The
Oh.
Ravage too. They barely catch the
Swat
Tinker,
out.
but it's not enough. They can't
You
actually
see the
skewer
stun
him, that's for
to
certain. They've been
Thompson?
cleared away. Zephyr, he's gonna be dying.
GG.
He'll attack off the combo.
Stun to Thompson.
Yeah, 那个 Ravage 那个
So aggressive. Like this is just
那个 egg 的 stun Phoenix 的那个 ulti on Thompson the stun duration less than 1 second.
Stronger at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yes, OG, they don't seem to struggle
我没
at
看到。
all. Like, even
我看到
though
Ravage
now
中。
have the chance to fight back, they just seem to be commanding these teamfights exactly the way they want them.
It's too much damage. Like T1, I think, kind of have to start a fight, but they very difficult with
Can they go until 100% status resistant?
I don't think can.
Like you ravage then you just take damage.
I think the highest you can get is like 90 something percent or 80%.
90 something percent is also a lot.
Yeah, so you duel him 0. something second.
Need a monster skewer RP combination, and even
Walao.
then,
Sumail
a whole
是
lot of kiting.
Sumail just
Still
bo
don't
chap,
know how they're
just
gonna be
mau
able to deal
eh.
with that Tinker Sumail down to half health, but that'll be easily fixed thanks to No Tail.
Yeah, I feel like the problem here is like even if OG
你他就走进去打
I
而已
don't think they are. They're just the way that you want to break them out of things.
They don't have halberd.
It's so small.
They cannot do
Not getting
anything.
more
Wow, you see the mana, what the
items
hell?
is gonna be the best opportunity for finding a good fight.
Well, how you
One more
satanic?
minute left on the Aegis. Sumail is just going to force things here on a second lane of barracks. missiles forcing T1
Wow.
back to base. Thanks to again the advantage
他们有
of
5个
the
嘞 but they still cannot do
amount of
anything.
smoke just to be able to
Yeah.
get close to a good initiation
Too fast
on
already, yeah.
OG here.
26 minutes 要 mega
Just
啊
to confirm, chat wheels, they added those emojis manually, right?
Yeah. You can
Lan.
customize that.
看，哇，他 totally blink 进去 just 死掉。
Bouncing lasers all around. Cuckoo is losing
Thompson
health
Nagani man.
fast, trying to get away. The BKB still holding on to that
Yeah.
Doom and playing around the Supernova. They're going to have to go for a reset again here. They took away the Aegis
Pew.
at least. Thompson, okay, really
knows he
wanted to
has
be able to get
no
that Cuckoo kill, and he is going to get, okay,
tail?
not Doom
No
Quarry,
tail?
they need it.
They're just getting the.
Wow.
Yo,
Yeah,
yo.
they're going to try, but they're immediately going to go back in here. Carl does manage to try and go for the skewer, actually. No Tail defends himself with the press of the attack. Seb playing on the highlights here as he's going to go for the kill onto the
You know,
Tidehunter, trying to prevent
now
Ravage that is
the
just
Tinker
now coming
Aghanim,
up.
right?
Skewer over
It goes
on
by
Saksa
percentage
here.
damage of
Saksa,
your health.
he still has the RP. They have to be careful.
Oh,
with
the
this,
laser,
but they
yeah.
actually do help Saksa
10%
get
plus
out.
damage. Plus
Showy
bounce.
Brambles now
Wow,
silent.
to-
Current
Causes
HP
trouble.
or max
Smail
HP?
is here to finish him off.
Max
The Ravage
HP.
comes just a bit too late. They might be able to
Wow.
finish off Seb. They will.
Wow, one
but
hit.
It's going to be costing them 2 at least. Now they get the duel off.
Rampage.
Smail, he's just going to keep on swinging on these heroes.
No,
They are getting torn apart by 23 Savage
Doom.
and kited
How the
around a
attack,
little
how the
bit.
attack speed
Smail
like.
has nowhere to go, so
Go.
he's just going to commit for the kill on a Cuckoo and continue
哇，他 just
challenging
他丢
23
Doom 哦，他
Savage
还是
and
just
now
猫
the
而
Doom
已
is。faded away, so he can draw off the avalanche.
Wow.
And oh,
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
the
Wow.
Quadra kill.
Let's go.
Rampage on the way for Samael. The king is big and back in play here at TI. Rampage for Samael. And T1 are not going to call it just quit. They're going to be able to
Oh my God,
double
rampage!
Double rampage
Wow.
for him. Give him the triple, perhaps. Saksa helping
Triple
him
rampage,
out,
triple
trying
rampage.
to
Let's go.
keep Cuckoo in place here, and T1 are going to call it here. They get the kill on Saksa first, and that is it.
Triple rampage.
Triple rampage. Samael finally gets it. OG dominating T1 here. In game
破
one.
烂的，
In what was,
Totally.
I think we all kind of agreed
Oh.
from the get-go. This was
丢情啊，这个
questionable, drafting decisions by T1. It just seemed very odd, the strategy they came up with. Very passive.
I think it looked good up until the last bans and the last pick. I really
Yeah.
expected the Tinker to get banned out, and
Game 2.
I'm not
You're better.
sure what they would have picked instead. But I think
Game
just timing
2
just didn't line up at all this game.
Let's see，
Not gonna ban it. You figure
我老输15块哦，妈
it
的
is not a Magnus. Like, you maybe the lanes go better, it's a bit easier, but at the end of the day, like OG just control tempo the entire game. And I hate to see it because T1, like, they 2-0 VP. This is a very good Dota team. They were third at the end.
好了 T1
And
2
they
VP
answered.
耶 I don't know that's why 很
This
奇
is,
怪
you
他
know,
们
you
玩
put
到。
any team in this position for
Hmm.
like 15, 20 minutes against OG, nighttime, you're
First 10 kill I will still go for T1.
there's nothing you can do with these heroes. Like, you just don't see anything on the map.
T1 then now what double 30
Sometimes you just have
15.
blind spots in the
Let's
draft.
go.
They forgot about the Tinker. Maybe they thought they
Wow.
Okay, 10, 12, 12, 12. I put 12.
I could see
I'm
it
Tio.
being
But-
as simple as they just don't take
but
him seriously.
OG on form away
Like Thompson is a player that you kind of think of. He has a very specific hero pool, but
yeah
I mean, he's proven. I saw him play DK.
So just
okay,
chill.
okay.
12.
Let's go lah T1 lah T1
You also bet T1 win what?
Well,
yeah I bet T1 win
So if
also.
second game then T1 dominate, T1 win, then it's a win-win situation for us.
Yeah, true.
Then bet more, bet 30 ah.
哇现在我的 coin 只有30你要 bet 30
YOLO all in.
Game 2 okay trust you T1 Okay, we'll be right back.
Mm.
Game 1, a little one-sided there. OG just kind of dominating the entire game. T1 had an idea, didn't pull through. Maybe they forgot about the Tinker. I don't know. And you seem very convinced that it was super obvious.
I mean, to me, it feels like if you see Night Stalker in this patch, you have to think Tinker. You have to be aware of the option.
Okay.
And for me, I'm fairly convinced they just did not expect Thompson to play Tinker.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious to Insania. And that's the thing. Is
He's got a very big brain.
Exactly. There's
Yeah.
maybe 3 or 4 players who could have seen it coming. Luckily, 2 of them are here at the casting desk, so we were able to guide you through it. But not every player is quite.
Wait, who's the last player? You said 3 or 4.
Maybe Kuro could have seen it.
Kuro, but he's not here at TI.
Exactly.
So
And maybe
that makes Aiden the smartest man at TI, perhaps.
certainly.
I feel like Puppy would have seen it coming.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's
The 4 of us, me, Kyle, Puppy, and
That's true. I mean, that is the Mount Rushmore of Dota right there. Honestly, when I think about it, you know.
Hello.
Aiden, which one would you be? Which American president?
Mount Rushmore.
I know.
I know what Mount Rushmore is.
来了来了
哇，第一个 Monkey King 哎，
Can you name
，Monkey King Thompson Monkey
现在
King。
现在是 Set Drop 哎，
Alright, I'm hoping T1.
No lah, they
Hell
are
yeah.
doesn't
I was
matter.
setting this
It
up
doesn't
and I
matter
was
who.
like, give me I was imagining these guys just vibing.
You think they never
rolling
communicate,
against
one
each
man?
other.
Now, this is where I can shine. Jakiro is my sleeper pick for TI.
Kyle,
okay?
they're not playing it mid.
嗯，
It doesn't have to be mid. It's an offlane.
Walao,
or
Thompson
it's
Monkey King I think still
That shard,
undefeated.
I love it as an offlane because you can buy
Mm.
literally
2-0 I think.
I vote mage
never mind,
Dragonlance,
they lose
mage
first 10
player,
kill can already. I mean
Dragonlance,
T1 win first 10 kill can already.
reduce everybody's magic.
Then you will lose your
Unfortunately, this
$10,
MMORPG is
$5.
playing with the cleanse. Oracle side, LC,
Okay lah.
fantastic,
T1
Visceral,
win
Leech,
first 10 kill.
Ice Path, all of
I
them.
still positive.
I'm so confused.
You bet how much? You bet 多少？
Double, like,
5块
heroes that are super
T1.
effective
Oh yeah, what's the
by
rate ah?
Legion
Let's see.
Legion Commander when they just got handled by Legion.
You mean first 10 kill ah?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, but Trienta's had a really high win rate there. I think
0.96.
Yeah, T1.96. My potential winning 11.52.
It feels like it's
Uh,
harder to
so if you win then bolai
I
ah.
think T1 played against VP.
And that was their 33-minute victory. So I think that their concept with this is to pick something. I actually they stacked it with the Spectre, which is really cool because obviously dispersion damage.
Looking good.
reductions,
Jakiro,
and take no damage
train
from
by
the
for
side.
Legion.
Wow, I'm a first ban Tiny,
I believe they also played it offlane more often.
ban Tinker.
Jakiro, I hope they end up in the lane.
Spectre, 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 Spectre.
不会啦 s u m e r 就有那几个 hero 而已啦，
Yeah,
一个
man.
This is something I
clean
Boring
出来
leh.
就 morphling 啊
I miss Ana's Spectre though.
but I can spend all my
他的
Ana
Spectre,
Ember.
his Spectre damn
Yeah.
aggressive one sia, walao eh.
and he just has to
Yeah, somehow with Arcanium now.
If he doesn't get to Soul Ring within the first couple of purges,
I think 你会看他到处 solo kill support.
it's fine with laning against
I agree with you, but this could be no tails here.
It
And
could
that
be.
changes everything.
It could
Now
be,
he's just
exactly.
buying 12 mana and goes
Precisely.
back.
Exactly. So if they get that situation going for OG, that's great. And this is the strength of Legion.
Legion Commander.
Right? You don't really see like Oracle being flexed. I think if
They can
anyone,
Legion
like,
Commander
top
pause
three
3, Monkey
but
pause 1,
I
pause
don't
2.
think he is going to.
Mm.
So this Legion Commander
Position
is
4
really
also
good.
can. Walao eh.
They can run it on set. They can run it on no tail. You can imagine them running it
Necrophos.
on top zone. It doesn't seem unlikely to me.
Well, it just checks a lot of boxes. You know, when you think about what goes into
哎，等一下，OG 还有 game 吗？
没有了
stuns,
，last 了。
damage, and tower
啊，
blows,
今天这样早
yada,。yada, yada. LC gives
没有，等一下还有一个 series 啦
哦，
，but 是 Secret Elephant，
lockdown,
哦，哎，Secret Elephant also good.
dispel that with the new
是
card
可以
also
bet.
gives you BKB mechanic.
Lame sia. Imagine they banned all the mid heroes, right? Then they were like suddenly Thompson Monkey King.
You're just covering all
Then
these
they will
bases
feel like an
with
idiot,
just
sir.
this one pick. Plus, of
I
course,
know.
being multi-role in the hands of OG is incredibly impactful. This is their TI
23
back.
Savage right, still leading in MMR, right?
Most cases,
Yeah, I
this
think
here,
I think
both
top 10
heroes
I
can
think.
play the support supporters. This is the Enchantress Earthshaker of TI9.
I think this has been like every team that has done well in given
Oh,
series.
imagine Monkey King safe lane, Legion Commanders, boss 5. Confirm Teo Jingu Mastery.
The way the draft changed, the pick order.
Yeah.
Second pick suddenly has 2 counter picks, and that basically forces you as first pick to pick flexible heroes.
First
And
pick.
I think people adapted that kind of thinking into second pick drafting.
Now, during the break, we were actually talking a little bit. You were talking about how a lot of the top tier teams.
Sad 啦，TNC 没有 join。 TNC也是 not bad.
Every
But
single
usually
team
Southeast
is
Asia only
really
one
good
team
at
only, right?
They play slow, but play super
Yeah,
fast, super
correct lah,
efficient.
Fnatic.
Usually it's Fnatic.
T1, where would
TNC
you
always
rank
play
them when
finals
it
with
comes to
Fnatic
playstyle
and
versus
Pian Ice
Yeah.
Cream.
I feel like I've seen the same kind of heroes, certainly the
Invoker.
same heroes over
Okay
and
lah,
over.
现在有
And I
T1
feel
也
like
是 okay.
kind of the same strategies, a
Storm
lot of team
Spirit.
fight, but also scaling. Like, where do you rate T1 as tying
Wind
decent numbers? Where
Ranger.
would you put them?
I think T1 is a little bit more one-track minded than like let's say your OG or Secret, for
Yeah.
example, where
Well,
they will be
20
very, very
23
good at
Savage,
executing their style of draft.
rank
And I think
7.
we saw it in like the VP series that if you put them up against a team that
Wow,
maybe
他们的 solo MMR 真的
and you gotta fight
scary.
to win the game,
Yeah,
they're
12k
gonna be
right?
really, really good. They're gonna be mechanically better.
GPK rank 1,
Playing
然后到
Valheim.
Queen.
But I think a team like
然后
OG
拿到
is
nothing to
really,
say.
really smart about drinks.
Then
And
in your dream? Eh?
they just keep playing
Hmm?
this match.
In your dream? Eh?
They
你有
play
dream
it
没有
easily
了
and
不
draft
见掉了
something really, really slow. They'll play something very fast.
Yeah.
And it,
But 这个是 I think 因为他们现在在Europe, that's why they go by Europe MMR.
You have two
No.
brawlers, two guys that want to go up and beat up each other. T1's going to thrive.
Oh, Wind Ranger.
They don't want to
Klings
stand
is
up against
good.
you and take you to the ground. You're not really able to play to your strengths. You're not hitting anybody. You're just trying to get out of the pin. And in this case, T1, they do certainly
Oh,
have
Klings is. Oh, cannot Klings lah. Jaga
You saw
Jakiro.
that at the end game. They leaned a lot on Magnus and Lyra specifically. Now they're sticking to that. With the Tide supported to offlane. They're just, with Phoenix there,
Oh.
4 of their heroes are just huge ultimate team fighters in Medusa. OG, they have no intention of ever team fighting until they have a massive advantage or a couple heroes picked off already, just controlling vision. And this is
Ember.
my
Sumo
favorite
Ember.
hero to watch OG play, Ember Spirit.
Wow, Ana Jarex.
Excellent hero.
Hello.
and now you have the Rubik for the instant disable. Now they have, if you look at their stuns, like almost all of these stuns are really, really fast. Storm cannot easily dodge them. He has to keep them all in mind while he's playing.
Yeah, yeah. Storm I
I
think
actually
会丢情 eh.
love Rubik's
嗯
ability
对啊
in those
他
games,
多
but I do
Chain
think
呢
that
Chain 的话是 root 的话他不可以
Yeah, 他不可以 zap.
过来
can be counterpicked into like for example Jakiro.
全部是 instant stun 的
It's very easy to steal. So is the ice path. Even if you steal dual breath, I feel like it does so much damage.
So good.
Yeah, and you have the
嗯
cast
他很多东西可以 steal 的话
and the big
这场
This is
要看
the hero,
Jarex
playing
不是
hero.
Jarex
Jarex, yeah, Jarex.
哇 Yapso 的 Rubik 真的 scary 下
Yeah, Yabzo
I
is
don't know if
famous for
Jakiro
his
can
Rubik,
be
right?
countered. Like Jakiro still is Jakiro, but I think Rubik becomes a better hero
Yeah.
when he's playing against Jakiro.
Yeah, let me rephrase. I think it's the best
Wow,
hero
though.
because even if you steal macro
True.
Wow,
the
use
damage
true.
increase, that is an absurd amount of DPS.
So
OK 啦 Troll 他们有赢过了嘛
Hey, actually
I
can
think
eh.
also with Monkey right
Yeah, but if you think about it, Legion 5, Monkey, Meat, Ember 1, Rubik 4, X5.
For example, Earthshaker is good, but
Yeah.
Earthshaker is not really a spell you can
X is a good pick
you can't use it to push out waves. But Jakiro here gives him a way to do that. Treant gives him a way to do that with the
I think X is.
But X 的
pretty
话
good.
你
spells because you're gonna end up turning into melee.
But X you are increasing his I mean yeah lah you're forcing him to hit you but then
No,
he-
the thing
he-
is X counter throws ulti.
Oh yeah correct.
Overall, it's a pretty good Rubik game, and I think the nice thing about
The one where he won't die right during
Yeah.
the duration of his
Yeah.
ulti.
gonna be a priority target, and he does
Yeah,
that
he got
with
life steal lah, but they have to get
pretty good.
like like December or something. Or
Yeah.
Because suddenly
Interesting that they can just swap their role between Sumail and Thompson.
But Thompson still better lah.
So you're gonna have to put out
Mm,
spells.
Thompson
It's
cannot.
like- it's
No,
like-
Thompson cannot
it's
play
like-
Malaysian one.
It's like Monkey 现在是 mid but then I think 后面他应该会变成 boss one then Ember 就会变成
Like 我们那时候 one of the game right, Tiny suddenly just buy Bring Dagger pin position 2,
I think that's,
then Klings.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that was what happened during Esther. Tiny the Klings cannot win. Then Klings they suddenly in mid game Tiny look at Blink Dagger then swap position 2.
Weavers on his forward positions. We've seen like how heroes like Legion Commander are just kind of playing in front of the enemy, as you were saying.
Ben
like,
X.
Like No-Tail is playing where the enemy kind of like wants to be, which just kind of goes around.
And you
keeping
meme.
forward position, really great like this support gives vision. I feel like OG have that vision advantage between their first two picks. I'm pretty sure Monkey
X Night Stalker also good.
but it could be the other way
It
around.
could be literally anything.
No, actually Night Stalker not very good.
Monkey
Unless they go Bristol back.
One with the Legion 5. Like, they have a lot of different options here. They could run the Monkey 4. I mean, No-Tail also plays Rubik. Topstone plays Rubik mid if they want to. Like, when I look at this draft,
Bristol back 的话就是跟他打过了。
because here
都不用
what
打
you
了
gotta do is T1
他
is
root
that
你 just turn 你的 back，
based on the heroes that we have,
跟他捞
we'll
塞
choose the
就
weakest
赢了。
OG ones. And that's how you kind of figure out which heroes
我
gonna
很久
work.
没有看到神多了，为什么没人选
In
神
OG's
多？
position,
Morphling
like, they just
ban
can
Morphling
pretty much whatever based on what they want to do.
Oh okay this is even a better pick.
Somebody to pick
Slug.
This has all the things. Like, I've always loved Slark Ember as a combination, just because you
This is even a
have
better
so
pick.
much in and out
Then how ah?
pressure and
Hmm?
control.
Slug 1 ah.
You have
Slug 1.
Monkey King mid yeah.
Same
Oh
with
yeah
the
no
King
Monkey King
with
off lane.
Save of that split second, you're now in
Oh
a great
no I
position
think Slug's Monkey King.
ultimate off lane. The shard is
First
really
boss
cool
war.
as another piece.
No tail Rubik.
Because
Ember
control. So those axes
Ember
force chance
Ember
to
2
spell
Legion 3.
Slark's gonna be spamming Q. It's also incredible against the tree ants. Jakiro, all
我觉
of the
哈
spells
妹
in
妹
T1
I think
are
Legion
really
是
good. It used to be Storm
I think
was
Legion
heavily
is
for half a pound.
Legion
Legion
should
is
be
a 3.
5
Actually
3 啊，
makes you more of an offensive threat to the hero.
Yeah, so you touched on the purge effect or the cleanse.
也是 make sense 啦，因为你玩 Legion
Don't say
5，
I'm wrong, but
你
I
的
think like it's a
Kyle,
dispel.
you are
Purge
never
buff
I mean,
wrong.
Never
cleanse
cool.
isn't an actual term in Dota. It just happens to be a nice term that I find.
You're never wrong, Kyle. Don't listen to him.
Thank you.
one.
Wow,
Slark is
they want to
weak
save
get
through
initiated.
Warlord.
The whole trick is you catch him when he's not ready for it.
Now who's on off
When
laner?
you have a hero like
Vengeful
Monkey
Spirit.
with cleanse,
Vengeful Spirit versus Slug.
that
Confirm
option is
tio
suddenly
red.
gone. You no longer want to
Eh,
initiate.
没有 leh, Saksa Rubik
Once
eh.
you see the Legion commander,
Mm.
the Slark is always going to get pushed.
Monkey set
This Vengeful
应
Monkey
该
off
to me,
lane.
it's a little bit of a weird matchup.
啊，
It
Oh,
doesn't address
damn.
the problems that they have. But I do think Vengeful Spirit's a strong hero, and it kind of has a Wraith Mage.
Dobson 的 Amber 好咩？
And I would assume the illusion does not give stun.
He's a mid player lah, so
So like,
he's
it's very
pretty good
small.
lah.
It doesn't actually like
Wait,
gameplay wise
oh,
doesn't
okay.
really
没有啦
matter.
不会很好啦，只是 TI 8跟 TI 9 winner 而已嘛。
哎
Yeah lah,
呀，
he just have 100% of winning TI only，
Like
不会很好啦。MMR 差不多5 digit 这样子而已，就这样而已嘛。
Dobson 有5 digit 咩？
I think 有 10k， 好像有。
Whereas this case you go for the bench. Like, this doesn't answer Slark.
I think this game they can fight though. Like if OG runs at them, they have the ability to fight back. They have damage, they have spells that are usable to get kills. Like I think whilst killing Slark is gonna be difficult for them, killing the other four is not necessarily the case. They have a troll lane against Monkey King. I'm interested to see how that goes. There's Monkey Rubik against, I assume. Oh, actually, never mind. This is Jakiro 4, right?
Well, specifically with these two,
Yeah.
they can play it either way. Like
Okay,
they're
so they
very
swap
comfortable
lanes.
in being able to swap lanes. So which would you rather have the Jakiro as a ranged hero against Monkey King?
So something OG can do that's really cool is they can put Legion Commander with the Monkey King in the off lane, and then Slark in the safe lane. They have 2 purges, so Jakiro no longer has a good lane.
I think that's the key, and this is why I believe No-Tail is playing the LC here, because to Aiden's point earlier, as a core LC against this Jakiro spamming mangoes and harassing you, at a point you're like, right up, man, you're trading regen, which is not what you want to do. Support is to support. But as a 5 position, No-Tail is
Except the
very
monkey.
content. Just
17-3. Wow,
trade better,
219,
you're
195.
gonna run at him, you're gonna spam Q, spam W, and you're gonna keep your core in the game. So I think wherever
MVP last match. Nadio, you lost the last match, bro.
One what eh?
Hmm?
I
What?
can see them
没有，我在讲那个 throw Warlord.
Slark also feels a bit
Throw Warlord win what?
And I
Last
genuinely
game,
think
26
No,
2.
he over there put MVP last match.
having some sort of sustain that
Why, 这个 ratata annoying.
is quite important for those lanes. So
And one that gives you extra 3 speed too. Sounds pretty sick. Yeah.
Sumail Slug 啊，
LC
第一
is
次
such a
看过哎。
great hero.
Oh, no.
Specifically with the heroes being run right now.
Yes.
Tiny, okay, so they're
Easy
gonna be
freeze.
Slark, that's really good. Sven has been popular right now.
Then you enter made in Pinoy. Made
Did you
in
happen to see
Philippines.
our last series, Secret versus SG?
I caught bits and pieces.
Did you see the, that was the best Ogre Magi Fire Shield game I've ever seen in my life.
No, I don't.
Because,
Why?
I mean, have you experimented with,
Yeah, I've
Fire
played a
Shield?
little bit of Ogre.
It doesn't really feel like that amazing, right?
I actually think it feels pretty good most
Okay.
of the time. Yeah.
Alright, well, my experience has
Yeah.
not been, like, amazing, but
Yeah.
they were specifically played up against Sven Iam,
Uh-huh.
Earthshaker Core, Chantel, and Mars. That was like,
Yeah,
god damn.
you're reducing a lot of damage.
It was pretty cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I just, you know, like I always think that I love support experimentation.
Yeah. I think this whole Legion 5, right, it started with Coffee at Hamburg a couple of years back.
Yeah, that was a long time
And I
ago.
think it was a
Yeah.
pretty interesting interview that they asked him, like, why are you playing Legion Commander 5? And he just answered, well, all the 5s are just bad. And why not play a core? And that, I think, opened up this idea of, like, running a lot
But
of
actually,
weird
what he
decks.
says is true. All the 5 position one getting very weak.
Right? Like buy a Centric, everything
Rating.
else is expensive yourself.
Position,
Yeah.
I mean the position 5
Else, like,
heroes like
really the
getting
support
weaker and
role
weaker
is kinda
because
key to
the
most
cores are
like
getting stronger early game.
but it comes down to what's the
Uh,
best kit. Like
yeah.
what gives my allies the most support
Yeah.
within a game. And LC just, you know, BKB lockdown is really tough to come by. I also wanted to touch on OG's final bans. I thought were really nice. Don't like the Venge as much as perhaps the
Wow,
Dark
Storm
Sword,
got
but
how many lockdowns here? Slug, Legion, Monkey King, Rubik, Ember, all can lock down Storm.
Pounds 也不可以 meh?
Pounds 可以啊，Pounds
I
也
mean,
Pounds 也不可以
Pounds 也
zip，
不可以
不可以
zip
zip，
啊？
Very
不可以
similar
zip。
to how Rubik and Jakiro interact. It
奇
makes
怪啊。
Rubik's game better, but it doesn't necessarily counter Enigma's game. Enigma still does what Enigma wants to do. So whether Rubik is there or not, it doesn't really change anything for that. So, like whether you should pick it or you can't.
Now, for anybody who's tuning in and maybe doesn't watch a ton of Dota, can you guys break down very simply what are the strengths of T1's lineup and what are they looking for compared to OG?
Okay, so I think T1, in order to win this game, they need to do well in the lanes, and then they need to use the advantage they get in lanes to stop OG from running at them. Because OG is going to hit his timing similar to the last game, where T1 is trying to farm the
Yeah,
beautiful axe,
that's true.
trying to get Storm's items, and they're trying to farm
OG gonna run at them at maybe
and they need to
18,
play
19
quick
minutes.
response Dota. And when you end up in that position against OG, I think you generally will struggle. But if you can apply pressure to OG and force OG to fight on your terms, I think that's where they might struggle a bit in this particular game.
Especially Storm, who's ahead, like, straight up take over the game. I like this start though. They're looking to try lane.
哇他妈的，这么没有速
Great answer to both
I'm a cut one.
support and a Slark. Slark needs levels. You want to trade. You can't do that in a 3-on-3.
Oh, they swap safe lane.
Just straight up spam the spells.
They swap lane.
So they're trying to push in the first wave here to get Link.
They swap lane then
Get,
top.
23 Savage,
Who?
trying to drag the creeps up.
Top is only one vengeful.
Poor thing.
Tree Protector, all the more effective.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to cut
好
off.
咯，你怎样跟 Monkey 跟 Rubik lane 啊？
And that just depends on Cuckoo having an okay time, which we saw, like, Faith Beyond, they would do this all the time on LGD when they were running the off-lane bench. They would just kind of throw him to the wolves in the beginning.
I think Slark is
Walao.
a pretty good hero against most tri-lanes though, especially tri-lanes that don't kill. Because you're going to get a lot of farm. Once you're at level 2 or 3, you're very hard to go on. So as long as you have sustain for Slark, I think he's going to be able to get quite a lot of CS here in the bottom lane anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, they control the lane, but they've given up level 2. The one benefit of No-Tail as well, Q provides easy ways of just insta-killing Archer.
Yeah.
Oh, and they forced the TP from Saksa, and now they just moved Jakiro back on top, but no lane control there either. Kind of an odd movement from T1, to be honest, but
I like it. I think it's good. I think they're throwing off the laning phase. They're not letting it just play out the way OG wants it to. And I think they're making the game weird, which throws off timings, and it gives Storm space mid. And I think they want to play off of the fact that Storm beats Ember in the lane mid, and then he's able to get full wins and apply pressure.
That was really cool because when they did that rotation, it was also just perfectly timed for Whitemon to get a hard camp.
Yeah.
So he immediately gets creepy equilibrium, which was what Kyle, you said, it was kind of a
Oh,
problem.
those yeah,
Now
set
they're going to
to
put some pressure onto Seb, where he was probably wondering, where the hell is my creep wave? And he meets Whitemon, who's now in lane. They're going to move No-Tail over.
follows Jakiro.
Yeah. So now suddenly they have a troll Treant against Slark Rubik, which is a good lane matchup. But I think what T1 are doing right now is actually very, very intelligent. They're making OG like respond to the way they want to play the game. And now instead of OG applying pressure to them, they're dictating how this game goes.
It's such a cool idea, that the fact that they can, that starting off with an aggro tri-lane resulted in this, that
Yeah.
basically OG, they knew they were going to respond in a certain way that they would be able to get an advantage.
I think they probably talked about this as soon as the draft ended. We go tri-lane. If Rubik comes bottom, I go top. We pressure like this. This way we get like our mid laner to come online, and they have like it really feels like they're playing with an idea. And I always like seeing that when you see these teams, like for example, we said OG, right? They have a lot of different straps. But if T1 feels like they know what they're doing, they might just be the stronger team.
oh, Ember go for two.
Again, I
two
super
trees,
excited
yeah.
for this matchup because I thought like these were going to be two titans of team fight just smashing
1-2-3. That means I'm your at.
Yeah, 他去 2-3-2-3.
You wanna?
2-3-3-2. Yeah.
Like that
He never
last
add, he never add
it
the.
was close in anybody's game, but realistically, once it was that 15-minute nighttime and OG had total control, like T1 just can't play Dota.
Oh
It's a
no.
very different type of game, and I think we're gonna see a much closer one as a result.
Yeah, absolutely. In the first game, I didn't really understand the last pick either, but this time, now that I see the way they've set up their lanes, the way they're trying to approach the game, I think it makes sense to pick this one. Revenge is like a pretty good hero for this type of playstyle, where they have 3 lanes that they can kill. They have initiation on all 3 lanes. You have Troll with the
Oh,
slow,
mid
you
the.
have Spenge with the stun, and you have Storm with the pull. So they have the option of like making moves on all the lanes.
He knows
He's trying to
he's gonna
slide
go for the slight steal, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's.
Oh,
and he's gonna
wow.
get the double bounty or the double
Beautiful.
water rune. That is very smart by Carl. Let's see if he actually wins through this. With the flame guard pulling him back in, he's gonna be able to take out the. Oh, if he runs into the second remnant, it'll go away. Oh, we missed out on first blood as a result. But this
Oh,
fight
Sumo
is so
first blood.
fun.
That
Oh man.
oh man,
Oh, egg.
that was like a what's the Eastwood movie? The Standoff.
Samael keeps on going. They actually trade supports, but
Oh.
Samael has racked up some serious stats. He's going to be able to get the double kill in this lane. So T1 may have gotten the lanes that they thought they wanted, but ultimately lost that bottom one.
Oh, he had 20 stick too, so he was just forced to go down. That was so cool. They just sat there for 3
Yeah.
seconds.
That was just like both of the players know exactly what's going to happen, and
Yeah.
they're like trying to throw off each other's timings. That was beautifully played.
Yeah, and then the fight for top rune where Carl like, ah man, so good. If either player blinks, they probably get the kill, maybe straight up in the lane, but nobody did.
23 Savage
Oh.
to the top lane. Looks like they no longer want to play out this bottom
Oh,
one. with Samael
yeah.
Getting so big. They're going to try and run down Seb. Seb nicely positions himself to be able
Oh.
to get multiple stuns. They managed to hit him a couple times. He's still bleeding out on damage, but the dual breath didn't hit him, so they have to get a little bit more. Finally, they get the magic missile. That'll finish him off.
There was just he mischief dodged the auto attack.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That would have that you saw him start the animation of
Right.
jumping into tree, but got hit just before. That was.
That was extremely close. I genuinely thought he was going to get out there.
I mean, Seb, still impressive. You know, one eye, boomer fingers. He still got it.
They had top 3 net worth there for a moment, so definitely feeling good about their laning phase.
Yeah, I think despite what T1 did in the early game, it seems like all the OG cores are managing quite fine. And I think
Oh.
those bottom really bumped Samael up.
Double
Oh, hey,
damage.
Saksa.
Wow, Saksa.
It's me, Carl. I've got a double
Nice.
damage rune.
知道好。这场我要2G 输吧？我看他们这样子很难呢。
Just first thank you 就可以了。
Yeah, just first thank you 就可以了。你 first thank you 也输我就 GG 了。
6, so he's effectively always on map. And Sumail is the win condition, right? That's the hero.
Yeah,
worth
Sumail 的那个
T1 finding an answer.
network 很快。
Yeah, for sure. And I mean,
I think he need a.
Thompson, he's got that remnant left. The damage throw was not enough, and Carl got the last hit there with the DD.
Wow.
These two playing up against each other mid is a lot of fun.
yep.
Oh, these two really sick, yeah.
I think that they're both very, very important for their respective teams. I think they.
这是 mental game，看你要用什么 skill 先。
And I think they need to control the runes more. This DD rune is what effectively gets them the skill mid, and whoever gets the 8 rune is going to have a pretty big advantage.
I want to point out something I think that is pretty cool. Remember when they were top lane, the troll TP top, they went for the kill and Seth got
Yeah.
it. The Venge and the Tree walked all the way to bottom lane to keep their TPs.
Wow, set.
So if OG tries to get aggressive, they can still respond.
Yeah, I think they learned from the first game, right? They want to be able to play pace. They want to be able to match whatever OG does.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Still not dealing with Samael, who currently has 4,000 net worth, when the second highest is still Thompson at 3. They're going to rotate into Stormshoot though.
Wow.
Carl trying to look
Dude,
for a
wow.
big win here in the top lane.
Nice.
And this pace
Sweet.
is going to net them probably 2 kills here as both the supports
Oh,
on
yeah.
OG will fall.
Yeah, this does help
Nice.
whenever gets a free rune, so let's see what he can do with that response.
See, everybody's beelining for them. Top's gonna get controlled by OG off all the runes, man.
Comes the response.
Oh, you missed it.
Carl, he's
Oh,
not
why
afraid.
这么也这样快啊？
Thompson here, he says, okay, probably don't
Oh, well,
have chains.
you are, it should be the
Not
same,
really
eh?
much danger
Oh, but
here.
how is?
Gonna make use of that arcane rune to make sure he's gonna survive here. Seth gonna
Oh.
receive a helping hand here, a bit of a purge.
Kanina,
With
8
Magic
minute
Hero, which is gonna
fucking.
be constant problem for him. Zephyr is gonna be run down by the Ember
8 minutes they fighting 4 on 4.
Dancing around it like it's a landmine.
就是2个 carry 哦。
And the nice thing about this though for OG is that their carry is completely protected.
Has Sumail played against heroes during this entire series when he didn't want to?
No.
I feel like he's just been hitting.
Slug 后面可以跟 Troll 打没？
可以。
Attention away from their carry.
He buy shot.
Right for not using the map in this game.
He doesn't need to. That's why.
Slug 的 shot 是什么？
He will come out and AoE, which everybody becomes in his ulti for like I think don't know how many 3 seconds or something like that.
Genuinely don't need a mini.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 seconds.
Those are called
I thought that was
inside
Scepter.
jokes, guys.
Scepter
no.
是
Scepter is double bounce.
2个 bounce
We
啊
say,
哦。
we say we criticize them. You didn't say it on broadcast.
Why,
What
damn
are you
it.
guys talking?
Well, we
诶，你去 recharge 你的 mana 嘞，Storm 等下跟 Storm 跟 Vengeful 去 hunt 就可以了。
To see more of his swing.
Exactly.
And that's a joke that's stemmed from his time on Liquid.
On Liquid.
And
Sumail is
why
basically
did that
free
happen?
build bottom.
You have to ask your best friend William Z.
Well, yeah, I mean, you told he died once when he had vision,
That's
and you guys
probably
just
what happened.
memed him out of existence.
Probably, I don't remember how this started, but it was probably he got ganked mid when there was a ward, and William was
Oh.
watching his very perspective, thinking Sumail's gonna back off here, and then Sumail didn't.
Holy
Sumail,
shit.
use your minimap.
Oh, 豆 I think Carl 也死了。
We all started naming him.
And then it's just set in stone. Carl's out of mana. Well, actually, does have 6 magic wand charges, so he's kind of baiting him in a little
Okay,
bit for
okay.
one last jump away.
Wow,
and then
他妈的
just
这样远
gets
啊。
far enough. Sumail trying to catch him midway through. 23 Savage right in the middle of all of these heroes. Sumail not
Wow,
too
sweet.
afraid of him as after
Oh,
he's gonna get swapped back 2 seconds.
oh.
He doesn't actually have his ult. Oh
Nice.
no, Sumail. Man, T1 realized they made a grave error. Seb is going to be
Oh,
able to get off the ultimate though. In
no.
return, 23 Savage has overextended himself and received tips from OG.
That is unfortunate. I think 23 said it best. Sumail, a bit of a blunder there. I think he was trying to like catch the storm
Yeah.
mid-zip almost, but as you said, the
Oh,
man
来了。
get him out. And then Savage was kind of
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. Nice.
Nice. There's also Dobson. There's also Dobson. No tail. No tail.
One more.
Ring, and I think it was 6 magic wand charges.
Yeah.
Whitemon almost dying there. Thompson still playing the edges, looking for that last line. They are
What?
gonna get a
Nice.
Sweet.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Thompson's
Okay.
dead. Sumail
Okay,
just
I'm
falling
safe.
off. They can somehow get in front of him. They've got to swap. Sumail's gonna show.
Oh,
There it is.
Sumail
Swap
died
back,
2
stun
times in a
while the Dark
row.
Pact is down, and
Aye.
T1
Okay, I don't
holding
mind
the
you winning.
crown,
T1,
holding the
let's go.
line around the tier 1 tower, winning these fights.
And this goes back to what we talked about earlier, right? If you let T1 fight, if you let them play to their limits, you put them in a position where they're allowed to play Dota, they're a fantastic team.
Yeah.
And they're showing that here. They're holding their own against OG.
Carl's balling out. He's 5-0-3, but like his score doesn't really reflect like how much he's like had to play Dota this game.
Yeah.
Pretty much dueling Thompson since minute 2. Another kind of uncharacteristic mistake from Sumail. Yes, I am talking to you. I'm not quite sure why you keep going middle.
Yeah, he was having a totally free game. Like,
Yes, I'm talking to you.
chill out for a while.
I think I mean,
应该本来他 lead 很多了，现在 Troll 追上来了。
he didn't expect
Yeah.
the soloing. He gets that. We're talking
Ah,
about
now no tail is dead.
That's true. That's true.
It's this is what Dota comes down to.
Hey, how much did I win?
Small things, and I think right now when it comes to the micro decision making, T1 looks slightly
11.52.
I think OG when it came to the macro and like the decision making and understanding how to execute their drafts, that's really been their strength.
Yeah.
And I think when OG's forced to play these micro decision making games, that's when they sometimes tend to suffer.
No, it's a really good point because like this game, there's no huge like strategical advantage or edge OG on. They've just got to ball out. Like they just got to play Dota.
哦，来了。
They're going to pop out, but at the same time, T1 did smoke over, so this is going to be a full-on team fight where Carl, he's going to target down the Rubik.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Get on Thompson as well. No root just yet.
Wow,
Slight
Dobson
injury
西北 heng 啊
They're gonna be able to
他
get
没有
away
给我
on
root，
in
他
the
root 一
course
次
of
他就
this
他就可以拜拜。
It's so hard to play Hero Tree. Like you just see, maybe in the past you had experience.
Wow, this troll
like
pick
World of Warcraft, not
his
standing
namesake.
slightly out of range of the fire or the roots, but in this case, if you catch it for a second, I think No Tail was saving W there, but ends up just
Wait
kinda
for Sumail
standing
to
on fire
Aghanimo.
and dies to a root control.
Sumail did get solo mid-tower
Yeah.
as a result of that.
So this is what OG does so well, and I noticed them doing in all these games. Like, yeah, they lost a team fight, but they traded one.
现在都是这样玩的咩？直接 rush 跟你们玩。
No, 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 it's not. He needs Aghanim
T1
for
brought
his
they brought their character to the fight.
for
Sumail
Storm
got to choose
Spirit
from-
and
Sumail's
Troll.
getting to choose
so
keeps
he
fighting
can
so
engage and
even
run
though
at the
like
same
he
time.
died twice here, a little bit
Oh.
uncharacteristically, it's only been because of his own mistakes. It's not because T1's
So let's say
able to
if
apply any pressure to his
he
team.
want to full on
It is
engage
pretty
Storm,
telling. It means that
so
OG
if
are
let's say
actually
Storm
really
kena
good. I
rooted,
think if you ask
then
OG players right now, who's winning, they're like they're dominating this
Vengeful swap
game.
him out, he still can
Everything's
go
going
for
the
Storm
way
again.
we are expecting it to.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Thompson
okay.
got away with this pretty rebuild with all the maxed out W. Like Maelstrom already, like he's just able to farm now
And
very efficiently.
他直接刷一次。
Yeah.
Jump in, jump out. Rune spawn bottom, ultimately DD for Thompson. So you're saying that like OG.
You see,
thinks that
14-6
they're
but
really good
OG
about this
leading
game.
in
Dota
net worth.
Plus
What the
actually
hell?
has T1 up 66%. Do you agree with that? Are you saying like just OG thinks that this game
Why
is
ah?
going fine?
Okay,
but
I think
it's not
Rubik
Okay,
Rubik is
bye bye,
leading.
No,
Vengeful.
they're happy because they're in control.
Goodbye,
They're setting the pace
Vengeful.
of the game, and I think that's what they want to be doing. And they know that as long as like the game is
Oh.
on them to mess up. They know that T1's gonna respond to them. They just need to predict in what way
Wow,
they're gonna do it and
Sibei
react to what's happening. And I think as
So
T1,
far 还没有一个 game 4个
you're
spirit 都有
really
哦
good because you're always
Spirit,
playing
Storm
the response
Spirit,
game to
Void
the
Spirit.
Doesn't even make sense, bro.
If you notice, trolls in every engagement. Every time we move our camera,
Nah, as in
there's
2
a troll.
spirit in the opponent
He's a
team, 2
troll.
spirit
He's a troll.
your
But Carl is balling out of control.
on the
So
other team.
Carl's feeling himself.
那个没有了
He's enjoying this thoroughly.
!walao eh.
Now you
Then
say
Storm
they
Spirit
want
solo
to
kill
feel
set.
good reacting all the time.
Yeah.
Is that just like a general
Oh,
rule,
happen
or
top
do
ah.
like some
Yeah,
players or
they never
teams
even show.
prefer reacting to the enemy making moves?
So I think you enjoy
I saw Seb
reacting, but
alone,
you're
then I
enjoying
saw
the getting
Storm
something out of
Spirit
it.
with
You know
walking
that
to
you're in your
him,
game
then
getting
suddenly he
closer
die.
to where you want to be. And I mean, obviously they have been, but I think like if you think about all the small things that are going in their favor, all it takes is one of these fights.
Oh,
not
Storm
to,
so smart. Go and
and
buy
then
the
suddenly
Kaya
we feel like Slug
Sanjay.
is unkillable, and we can't do anything about it. So I think from OG's perspective, they feel like they can lose 10 fights, but as soon as they win one, the map is gonna open up for them.
Annoying eh, huh?
So
Legion
T1
just
has to parry perfectly
stand
every
behind.
single time.
Just is a
Heal.
perch 而已
And we
perch
haven't
那个
seen them
stun.
slip up yet.
No, exactly. I think what T1's doing is like perfect, but OG also are aware of that. That it needs to keep going this way.
Yeah, and I love
Caught him.
To
White Mount quickly killed T1. Or actually, they stole Macro Fire on Soxa. That's a big pickup.
Sumail.
他有 Macfire 啊
Mm.
And it's
Wow.
because he's just kind of a leech. And
，super 小了了。
insane. Like his
因为他 just 那个 Jakiro just throw on instinct.
T1 to deal with Slark in this game, unless Troll or Storm just gets like an item ahead.
Duel.
Even then, it's still
Oh, what the hell?
Wow.
you're playing with no tail in your back pocket. So I think that's part of the reason Carl is like skipping the Orchid here, because it's still not killing Slark. Even if he can't save himself, if no tail's just there, that entire item is now squandered. And I really like the Kai San for that reason. It just seems like it's better for him here.
Yeah, true.
It feels like T1's strategy to win this game is they're gonna try to play like a ball, so Slark doesn't feel comfortable running into them, and then they're gonna try to kill off the other heroes. They want to leave Slark for last and like deal with him.
No, I think OG's plan is to
And
run
you
at
said
them
early
already.
on, like the strategy for T1, win the lanes, which they didn't actually do. But the other thing you said was they need to stave off OG's aggression and like during
妈的，
this
这么
crucial
Storm 的
period of
mana
time
每次
where
不会
Venge,
玩的。
Storm, and Troll all need items. And we're about to
Okay.
I think 他有 I think 他 Zap 的时候 I think 他用 Soul Ring 吧。
Yeah, but
Yeah,
just now I saw him 0 mana.
Slark, but it is a great defensive save for the pounce. But it's
Yeah, 就是说 I think he went back to base 了。
不
不可能这样快有 full mana 的。
And swapping Monkey out.
His mana regen is only like what 10 mana per second.
In addition, it's like 2 lives, right? So you can just be this frontliner.
哎，还有 Shadow Blade 哦。
Plus damage steroid for the troll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
What
stole
the- what the
Macro
hell?
Fire. That's actually going to do enough damage to be able to quickly kill
They got what
Carl.
there?
Great play from Soxa and Sumail, and a big pickup too. 599 bounty for Carl.
Sentry, was that just he didn't have vision of the Slark when he got close? Now do they have the root?
Not gonna go for it here.
Ooh.
Cuckoo does have this. Oh, he actually doesn't have the Aghanim just yet. The overgrowth
Yeah.
just off the
Come on.
mark there. Little awkward. 23 Savage not
Hello,
able
hello.
to catch up to
Ah.
Thompson.
I think we're
It's
gonna
just
DC.
this trio
What happened?
that is forcing a pretty big response out of
Uh,
but the Axe is now here for
Storm Spirit
I'm loving
go
it.
and suicide.
No-tail is so good.
哦，刚他有 Sentry 在那边吗？
Yeah, he got sentry, but then he still
It's
go.
always been one of his biggest strengths as a player. I mean,
Weird.
his understanding of the
So
map, I
weird.
think, like, for as long as I can remember, I've always thought is like probably one of the best in the world. Even back when he used to play carry and used to play these
Huh?
lines and
He
stuff,
cancelled
he
his.
always knew like where to
TP.
be, where to cut, what waves to be on. And I think, yeah, he's utilizing it perfectly here, even as a support.
Yeah. Like if Thompson doesn't have no-tail with him, he just kind of feeds. He's like, what's he doing, guys? But
Yeah.
no-tail with the immediate cleanse
Yeah.
of the initial stun. Like the root, and we heard the root animation, and it didn't seem like.
Wow.
Wow, Legion 5 really damn sick eh.
This, and
Legion 5 just gives the carry or whatever BKB every single time.
Pops up, you get it for free almost because you know they're gonna run into trouble because you've seen it happen so many times that you can easily position yourself behind them. And if the enemy team doesn't respond to these players, they're just gonna get so much out of the map.
Nice long jump from Carl is going to be able to catch.
Oh.
Oh no, Saksa caught him with the telekinesis and stole ball.
I really like that point because I've had the experience as the opposite kind of player, which is passive to a fault. And the trouble is when you play around them and they don't push their limits, you end up feeling completely useless because nothing's happening on the map. When you play around these guys that know what to do to get you there,
BKB
action and chaos, suddenly you feel like you have a purpose.
I feel like occasionally.
Now they change the BKB 啊，他们很早就买 BKB 啊 ，maximum 6 seconds.
It's because the entire gameplay becomes very fast, very magic based. That's why the BKB they usually get very fast.
Duel going out, just trying to keep the storm in place, but it's going to be a duel.
Free
That is
duel.
actually not one, just ever so barely. Turns around, nice stun, but mana. Okay, they don't want to chase any longer. It's probably for the best.
Love Seb's builder. He had the Echo Saber queued up initially, but I think Mage Slayer, even as the offlaner, is
Oh,
just
sick
the right
day.
choice.
16-8, but OG leading
Getting these items
4K.
that are right for the game to help out the heroes that count. In this case, it was the Slark.
I'm interested to see how this makes
Wow, Thompson.
Oh, jukes out of the magic missile. Thinking about pursuing here, especially with the Stormsphere being chased away there a bit. He can't come back to join the C fight perhaps.
Oh,
Able
nice.
to hit a nice two-man stun. Cuckoo, maybe the first to die, but remember he's got that extra life. Throws out a magic missile, keeping Sumail back. T1 do a pretty
Storm
good job.
Spirit
They
is
do
here,
have
but
BKB
half
on the
mana.
trolls. They might be turning this. BKB, there it goes.
ulti
Losing
ah.
a target, they swap back in No Tail, which is who they want to be able to gun for. They try to get off. They all fail. It's Phil. There's that many mana. They lock him down, finish him off. Nicely played by T1. 50 seconds, he's dead.
Walao eh, 那个你有看到 23 Savage he just hold his ulti. He hold his ulti everything until
I think less than 5% HP, then he just turn on the ulti.
Yeah,
They have a draft that can play the game.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
OG
you got the BKB come back and die again. What the fuck?
put them in a position that they didn't feel like they knew what to do. But this time around, they're playing perfectly. I think one of the key
yeah,
things
yeah, he on BKB then he don't need to scare people burst him.
because you can either swap the savior out of position or you swap the hero that you're going on out of position so the savior can't use his spells.
It's deceptive because OG.
See on BKB he just slowly wait until his HP
Fine
low.
with that. Suddenly his
Then
spells are back
ulti,
up. Yeah,
boom.
great setup. And then Whitemon gets the double ice path to ensure the kills. And 22 Savage, I was like, man, you're in some big trouble. But he had to save the ulti because if he pops it while he's still in Wukongs, then the whole fight just takes place under Seb. And T1 are really just done for. But because he gets it off so much later, Sumail's now out of position with no ultimate. They have no Wukongs. They really have just no save left. And suddenly things turn out A-okay. But still anybody's game.
Absolutely. Anybody could do this though.
Oh, now Slug needs to get his shot.
I feel like that's an item for when you're
He's still not
slow
getting
on
his
fire.
shot.
Like the double pounce is nice, but you know, it doesn't feel like he's strong enough to just kind of get into the middle of T1 and battle at the moment.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I think the idea is probably just to be able to get in, kill one, get out, or catch Storm, chase him down, like just more disable, more mobility. I think it's always hard to question mobility. It's always so strong, especially in these types of games.
Ooh.
Is there any way you can answer like the swap? Right, he pounces one, they get
Poor
swapped out, and
Norwegian.
he can still keep going, right?
Favorite rune.
The question, the thing is, I just fear like this is the bench factor. Like Troll's just a stronger carry, even though Sumail's slightly ahead of the net worth. If you look at the itemization, just Falcon Blade, Maelstrom, BKB with the bench behind you. Like that bench counts as that extra item, and that means you know Sumail won't really be able to trade.
What the hell? 人家是一个 hero，你讲人家是一个 item。
I mean, for OG, it's not about carry killing the other carry. It's more about how can you kill out supports. I think
The
both
first
of
hit
them,
bash.
T1 have been doing a great job of knowing your limits and surviving on the sliver of
Walao eh,
Oh,
Storm.
they managed to catch him, but there is going to be the defensive swap. 23
Hey, what
Savage is
the-
going in. He's going to try and kill Thompson first, but it's stolen swap from Sox. Is going to be able to get him out, but the overgrowth catching Sumail again while the Dark Pack was down. Cuckoo dies, but immediately comes back into the Spirit, catching Seb, swapping him out of his own ultimate, and keeping him in place. 23 Savage is keeping the rest at
你这样
bay.
快啊！你现在是
他
Demon
还在
Diamond 是多少？
还在打 set 啊
Seb,
，2311。
I mean, the supports. Insane
Oh,
said
okay.
it, like,
Yeah.
they
Capital.
straight up win that fight. Zephyr also,
Nice.
Holy Locket, Heal Talent, and Living Armor. So, yeah, you can initiate on my Stormer Troll. I'm just
Wow, this
gonna
troll
keep
pick
you alive.
so sick.
Ridiculous amount of heal and armor.
And Vengeful. The Vengeful last pick was damn
And
crucial.
there's an Ice Path on 3 heroes.
Yeah.
Like, Sumail doesn't do damage.
Something very interesting that Zephyr also did this game is he maxed out Leech Seed. I don't think I've ever seen that done before. But to be honest, I've been on the panel. It's been hard to see exact skill builds for people, but it makes a lot of sense to me when you see the game play out, how it plays out. If anything goes on the backline, he drops Leech Seed, they all get healed, they're playing like a ball, so it just gives all them so much effective health.
35% healing increase as well, so obviously it doesn't help you with your grasp, but it just ensures that you're going to have even more sustain for your allies.
The entire fight they just need to keep throw sustainable.
Then
As long as
1%
yeah,
clear
as long as
everything.
throw don't die in 2 seconds, he's
It
safe.
gives them that ability to wall up, to your point, because you have all this sustain and a little bit of the damage amplification, so your carry just all of a sudden 2k ahead with Magus.
Yeah, I think the difficult part of the game for T1 was really getting to this point, getting to the point where they can ball up. OG now, I think they're gonna have to try to split them up. They're gonna have to force these heroes out of position and force like multiple initiations at once. They have the tools to do it. They just gotta be able to like get the Ember going on one target, get the Slark in on another. Because if they're all falling down on the same hero, it's just gonna be swap resets.
Yeah, one nice pick off the BKB from Thompson. His combo to overgrowth from Zephyr still has decent amount of
Wow,
magic
BKB,
time, but is it
nice.
going to be enough to be able to get him out of this hell?
BKB,
He's
but
T1
he no more random
surrounding
already.
him with so many heroes, and he's out of remnants. He is out of HP too.
double kill for Carl.
Thompson, BKB and Tree, a really nice job by Zephyr. Another reason the hero seems
But he have to BKB lah. The fucking missile homing him.
Yep.
他没有 BKB 他死得更快。
Ah,
It really feels like it's T1
BKB at least 可以 try to
gotta be feeling yourself.
No, he BKB because the Vengeful the stun is onto him already. He went the wrong direction.
Probably Seb, who hates the fact
If he went
that
towards the
he's
missile,
seen
then the
that
missile will
out.
be
That has nothing to
will
do
be
with
in
losing
will be
the
gone.
game in Dota. It's
But he went
about
away.
team composition.
Then the missile was still on the way
It
to
does
him.
feel like Dota Plus has that same idea because even with less than 1,000 gold, 81% win rate, you gotta figure T1's gonna outscale.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've weathered the storm, so to speak. Like, OG needed to take
like
take-
one-on-one fight. Like
and there's still absolutely hope, but they gotta play these fights.
23 Savage was very far forward, and OG looked to be able to
Duel?
potentially
Oh, no
punish him.
duel.
Not going to be able to get the immediate duel. The swap from Sox has still stolen and still managed to get out No Tail. He's pounced forward. Smail does manage to get on top of the support, so there is going to be Whitemon down.
Whoa.
Member of T1. If
Duel.
you're
Like-
like these team fights, a
like-
swap back in, managed to get the duel.
Huh?
23 Savage
Yeah,
gets
he
the
died
duel off.
instantly.
Smail keeping him inside of the Wukong's command, where he will die there. OG finally managed to win a team fight. A big one
Wallah.
at that, where they get 3, and Carl thought maybe
Whoa.
they could turn around onto Seb, but Seb does have Samael right behind him, so even if they do manage to kill
Nice
this Monkey
stun.
King, they may be losing both of them here as
Oh no, 23 Savage.
Walao.
Okay,
bad time for Lex.
I think 会丢 team by.
what?
mm,
So,
我也是
this
觉得
30 seconds ago,
Su-
he was farming
Sumio
by himself.
不懂他的
This is the thing,
他的
if
bounce
they
有没有
ever
cooldown.
drop this ball,
But
they
Saksa
don't
is
have
around
the
though.
positioning, they don't position the heroes the way they were doing
Mm.
earlier.
I think 他的
This is what's
range
going
够
to
啊。
happen. OG are always on the prowl. I think they're going to take over the entire map now.
No, the stun
Then-
duration very long. The stun duration I think like
They
1 point
are,
something second, 2 seconds.
Able to continue chasing the T1
He
heroes
cannot
down.
click Monkey King.
He's got 196 extra. Can't click the Monkey
Don't click me then.
Please.
This is very unfortunate because that was a stolen Venge stun, and I think Carl might be in trouble now as well.
Yeah, they're going to be able to catch both of them. They do manage to finish off Seb, which was what the original trap was laid for, but it doesn't matter.
Walao regen, 妈的。
Stacks on Sumail now. He has 212 bonus ability.
Yeah, it's almost, that's even more than the 196 I pointed out 10 seconds.
Lol, don't click me then.
Focus on observing, Cab.
I'm leading this TriCast and doing observing. The least you can do is listen to me when I talk, Kyle.
I'm so focused there. The Dota is fantastic. Okay, so we
It's
already
true.
see.
Oh, this
big
troll
mistake
troll
goes
games,
Savage,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is somehow 23 Savage is dead alone in front of tower. Then comes out immediately BKBs, which I think is actually a mistake here because suddenly he can't, like, he's backing with BKB, right? And to your point, Aiden, they now don't have the tools to properly position that fight. He has to use ulti. He swapped in, wins the duel, but look at how this fight happens now, right? Everybody's zoned by the Wukongs, and he's just stuck inside of it. This is when Monkey King plays well into Troll. If you can force this, you're going to always be
What level is
Yeah, it's just the
Legion
Monkey King
Commander?
everything or zones off anything, but they really need the Venge to be present when they take the fights.
Dude, Samael, he's still got some stats
13.
going, and he's not
Wow.
slowing down whatsoever.
Let me see
These
them smart.
balances are staying on top of
He
these supports.
never
They
add his
cannot
dual
seem to get
damage.
away.
He add one only.
Swap back
Then
in, no
even
tail.
if he lose, right, he
Now
lose 10
he's
damage
in an
only.
awkward position. They're going to jump on a 23 Savage, turns around, pops a BKB before the stun can come in for the Monkey King, but again, he's going to retreat with that BKB. No,
Oh
he's
my
not. He's
God.
going to finish off Samael. No, he turns around
Oh
real
my
quick,
God.
blows him up,
Agility type
does
6.
manage to get the swap back in, and 23
Oh, the
Savage
armor.
heals up just a little bit. Can he finish off Zeb before and stay alive? He does. Thompson's going to commit. Trying to finish off 23 Savage, does get that one. With the BKB, might be able to get
Bye-bye,
two here.
Trayan.
Zephyr, just one slide away from dying. Actually does die to Saksa. Chaining up two, TPing out, doesn't leave a remnant behind.
No mana for the pull. We were talking to No Tail the other day. He said Fog's line is the best because you use it when you're winning or you're losing. It's the best flame or a way to keep your team motivated as we once again hit a pause. Oh, but it's nice to
Wow. 你的 server 你的 WiFi 哪里买的噻
Nice to get the pulse down.
They are playing on the arena there, right?
No, it's not.
Not in the hotel, right?
I think it's a hotel.
Hotel?
It's in their own place because the only time where they go to the arena and play is during the
Analysts,
grouping
let's
stage,
talk
right?
about this game state.
It's paused.
I thought they still need to go to the arena, but they will arrange a room for them inside or
Hmm,
something.
maybe.
We have a
10K MMR
replay.
analysis
You
for you
can
right there.
break down this replay
Feel
that
free,
I
Kyle.
shot.
Oh, Sumil, fuck it up.
Does not have his W
Oh.
available.
See, Sumil don't want to go get his shard. His shard would be damn good here, yeah.
Dark Pact. However, he does not press his ultimate button and gets immediately silenced as it fades by Carl just before he
Ah,
takes
till
that stolen
silence.
bench stun. So, Sumel dies as No Tail had no ability to save his
Who got
character.
silence, yeah?
Sick timing from Carl. That
Yes,
was really good.
that was very good. And that's
Silence,
what makes playing into Slark so difficult because it's like of all
Oh,
heroes
some
that
spirit
can
silence.
illustrate
You got
Some-
Orchid.
Orchid,
the
ah.
frustrating
Yeah.
nature of Dota. It's like, did you get the Orchid? Okay, well you've won the fight. Oh, did he hit Q or R just as you did? Well, you've lost the fight, and them's the breaks.
30,
You've got a
90.
lot to get if you
Wow.
want to play Star. It's like
Yeah.
a little bit of it, right? It's a mind
I
game
said
of, am I gonna
50-50.
queue or am I not?
Huh?
We were having this discussion on the panel earlier about
I think I said
control
50-50
mana
这个
balls
game.
on both sides. Like if you
Yeah.
can see the enemy team's mana balls. A hero like Slark would instantly die, right? It would just ruin the concept of Dark Knight because you would just see the mana balls.
Yeah.
So it was a
Oh,
hard
Legion
call
level
to
11
make.
only.
Indeed, and I will say I would also love because we
Level
play
11 ah.
Hmm.
Oh, hold up.
Not going to be able to get away. Maybe his spirit can get out. As they do
Ah,
have the
sibeh
Trade
tang
Protector
eh.
on the way. Yeah, they're kind of realizing they're not going to go for the spirit at all. In fact, if anything, they may be swapped back into Doom here. Seb, going to be silenced. Carl not fully committing to this one, though. They haven't seen the Slark just yet. Cuckoo is going to try and start backing away. Thompson's looking for some of these heroes. Samael pounces forward. He's going to go for Whitemon here. Starts stealing some of those stacks. Tries to stick on top of them and should be able
Why
to get that
Sumel
kill
ulti
right
so
hand side.
early?
Thompson does
Oh,
get
he's
to the
fucked.
other support at the same time. That's going to be Zephyr. At the same time, Samael has to be careful here, especially with Cuckoo. His spirit is going to get burned out, but he could buy back if he wants to and rejoin this fight. As a full-out hero, no longer the case, no longer an option. T1 will retreat, giving this fight to OG.
The LC shard is so good because that CKB time gives you those extra seconds to almost always have Dark Pact back.
Yeah,
And I thought Sumel had overextended once again, but No Tail this time was ready to save.
Double
And if you
damage.
just think about this game, like, how many times did we just see T1 absolutely like outplay, play to their limit, do all these small things right, and despite that, like the game is fairly even.
Yeah. With droppability back in OG's favor. That
Yeah.
at the same time though, like this is
Oh,
the trouble. Like you're playing against OG, you make up
你觉得谁会赢下这个
top, give away that Aegis advantage.
我觉得
swap
coordination 的话是 OG 会赢
？Yeah.
They're just so good at applying the
因为
pressure. It's
basically
always in your face,
其实
and you're
现在
always
其实
playing
Jakiro 其实是
really sharp. And the second
有
you
用
stop,
啊。
that's what happens.
Oh, we got it.
Does manage to get the pounds. The team is coming in, but it's too late. Carl's already dead. Double damage of Sumail made short work of Carl and OG. They could just keep going. Certainly are going to be looking for somebody here. Zephyr not spotted, it seems.
Carl has buyback though. Would not be surprised to see him use it.
Yeah, considering how aggressively T1 is positioned, even though they're missing their mid laner, Seb, he sees this. He's spotting some heroes right now. Swap back into the ice path. That's a good hold, but he did not manage to get it in. Snare out. The troll did not get lucky, and Cuckoo will die for what he thought was going to be an Ember Spirit kill. Pounds through the Spirit, doesn't actually latch on top of him. And that is going to be the Spirit being gone as well. I can't believe T1 tried that. It was a risk.
I think it's a Rex.
And was not a calculated one.
Yeah, this is looking really, really good for OG now. They're knocking on their door, potentially forcing 2 buybacks.
And this is the red thing's getting a little spooky just because suddenly OG has this ability
Wait,
to play.
now
He
T1's
hiding while they were controlling the area, but now
team fight is very weird.
OG's reach potential has doubled.
Like very
Tag
awkward
games on
the
both
way they
floors.
play.
Yo.
Zeb is able to play trees, and so it's just so hard now for the Jakiro tree to set up like we saw them do so effectively in the mid game, because suddenly Sumail's just gunning for them.
Yeah, OG's getting the initiation in all these last fights. They're getting the kind of jumps that they want. They want these fights when their T1 is not balled up. T1 needs the ball where it feels impossible for OG to commit in. But it might be reaching that point where Sumail is now tanky enough to go in, knowing that he has no tools to purge him, and he can just apply all the pressure.
Yeah, he has the Scott as well, so Silver Edge to boot. He's feeling very good, and it also feels like a lot of these fights are starting when he already has some stacks built up, which is definitely the problem with OG.
So you notice top here, he just goes in, pushes the wave of the going in the right direction, and now he's already moving over to the space.
No test camping pit. I'm sure he's aware that this will be up momentarily, and there it is.
Oh, 来了来了来了. It should be the final fight.
T1, they know this timing as well. They're sweeping over to the Roshan pit. They have no idea how low it is. Now they get some vision. Cuckoo spots that Sumail is trying to solo.
Oh, Sumo stuck. Sumo stuck.
Both teams just going to hold
Sumo
their
still stuck.
side of the high ground around Roshan.
Yep. And this is like a classic standoff, right? Neither team really wants to fight into their team's division. So now it's going to be like a little bit of a strategic game of who can get the smoke. You're trying to wait here to get a timing where the enemy team is not ready. So something that you might see teams do around this time is, if you look at the clock up top, it says 33:40, right? So you know at every complete minute the camp spawns. So you know that the heroes are going to be around the jungle at that timing when the camps are spawning. Because you know they're grouped up, there's not a lot of farmland map available to them. So that's a potential timing for you to make a move. But it seems like OG, they recognize that they're just balled up, so they send tops into the side lane, push it out, get more info. And then make
4 double damage.
Oh,
Four,
grabs the double
two.
damage and managed to get the pounce. Then it's going to force out the swap from Cuckoo and probably get him killed as he's pulled back in by the telekinesis. His spirit will manage to get out at least.
No
But
buyback though.
yeah.
However, yeah, who cares, right? You're still in the game. Sumail's being a lot more disciplined as well, though, with the ultimate usage. It's now preempted, which I think is key.
the Storm Spirit had to go all the way back to Fountain, so may not be here unless he wants to make a real gun at it and go for a long, long zip.
Huh? Storm 不要 contest 啊
Keeping the vision inside. Sumail's double damage is going to wear out.
Why Storm don't contest?
Storm's
Oh,
going to start
来了来了
teaming on to the outpost. Thompson is in. Thompson's going straight up for those supports. Sumail, not sure where he's gunning to, but 23 Savage is a
Oh,
little bit
yeah.
isolated here. Cuckoo's trying to keep pace to make sure he can swap back 23 Savage to get him away from Sumail, while Seb is scaring back the rest of these heroes. Thompson's going to be able to finish off Zephyr. That's going to be first. 23 Savage looks at Zeb. Carl commits with the Aghanim Zephyr. They're pulling them both in, but inside of that Monkey King ultimate, they don't feel great. Again, the stolen swaps coming out from Saksa is going to be able to keep his cores feeling good and feeling aggressive. As telekinesis toss back, chained up together. Toss, duel going out, no tail. They turn
Oh,
around, they
nice.
kill him, winner, and Carl gets away before Sumail can hunt him down. But Sumail doesn't kill. He's going to be able to go for the support.
Oh, have your
and
mana.
may still be able to catch Carl. Carl, no
Oh,
mana.
to
Sumail
小六
pounced on top of him. They catch him. 4 dead on the side of T1. And now Roshan is going to go the way of OG.
So this team fight, I see that I don't
Abo
see any
nga.
other player in the top side.
Oh, they got
He knows
shot.
how we just straight up in
Slug
no
oh, got shot there.
rolls in with the Ember. He knows that they're there. He's playing off of the fact that he knows that they're positioned there. That's how 95% of supports are going to position themselves when their cores are running into the Roche pit. And they get this team fight where there's like basically 4 fights going on at once. Topsone's chasing supports. You have Sumail chasing 23 Savage, and you're forcing T1 to not be able to use that swap to just save
Okay
whoever's
lah.
getting
I
initiative.
think OG should win
Really
already.
smart gameplay coming
Yeah.
out from OG, and they're doing a lot of this blind. They're not playing off of vision. They're playing off of where they think they're doing, what they think they're doing, and their own game sense.
They're just forcing skirmishes.
Yeah.
They're ensuring
Walao,
that
Monkey King,
support
the
is
itemization is
which
damn
they were
good.
unable to do earlier in the game. I even love the way like they're itemizing.
Mage
different
Slayer 是
styles
做么
of
用
how
啊
they're gonna play. Thompson is
Uh,
pressure.
If I'm not, it's
He is playing for
some
the
magic
quick
shit
fight. It's all about
to
survival for OG.
let's see.
Create chaos.
Oh yeah,
Teams
they
take a
if you
more
put
coordinated method
if you attack
to
them
the
right,
fight.
then they
Like,
will
they
deal
have
less
control.
magic
You saw
damage.
even there, when Savage got killed,
Oh.
it was with like 3 or 4 heroes collapsing. He actually had target the big ice pad.
Yeah.
OG, they're
33%,
just,
one
you know,
third. That's a lot.
Pre-ulting on Sumail, spamming dark
Oh no.
packs. You
For
got
4
Nokia just
seconds.
kinda waiting the
Oh,
rings to get off cleanses, and Thompson's gonna have 10 remnants. How do you hit a man who's invulnerable and flying through you?
And he probably is gonna bite a shard too, right? So every kill he gets, that's another bonus from that. I wouldn't be surprised to see it right after the refresh.
Both very nice items for Sumail. It's actually just gonna keep the power. I think that makes sense just because it boosts your reach and time when you're off map.
It's just not really anything he needs to put. He has enough courage with the Dark Pact at this point that the lifesteal is just better.
Paladin Sword's doubly effective because he's also got the shard too, right?
Precisely.
Good point. Slark Shroud is so good. Control will end up attacking no one if it's used.
Can actually save against the semi-black hole coming out from the Storm Sphere, the Agate Receptor.
So yeah, I think for OG it's gonna be important to continue taking fights like that, where they can predict where their supports are gonna be positioned, and Thompson can just roll in. He's just continuously gonna do this, I'm sure. He's just gonna jump to the
Sure.
back lines. He knows he has like 5 different jumps, so eventually he'll find them. There are only so many spots that they can.
Righto.
He also
And the 25
talented.
talent.
I think this will be the final fight.
Totally for searing chains as well. So you're just gonna
Storm
see
is not
zipping
around.
back and forth, spamming chains.
Here we go.
Was
Cuckoo did still manage to get the swap, but 23 Savage can't hit him right now. Sumail, his ultimate was used, still has the Depth Shroud. They're going to turn around and start doing some damage with a pull in onto Carl. They do
Nice.
something to Sumail, but he's going to be popping his
see his
BKB.
Wow.
freaking shot.
哇，真的那个
Cuckoo's gonna fall, Spirit
LC
Sword
真
down.
的
Huge root.
They do manage to get the nice lockdown. Macro Pyre going out. The Ice Man
Oh,
could actually
walao,
one down.
walao, you
Shots
can't
of
Thompson.
refresher. BKB still potentially up. Chase for Carl.
Ah,
Doesn't
Thompson
actually
refresher.
quite get him. Meanwhile, 23 Savage.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
just being
我有看他
tightly
queue up 啦
ripped apart by the
还
rest of
you refresh already.
Now with no carry, T1
GG.
going
Whoa.
to be dying here unless Carl could do
Nice.
something magical by himself, but he just doesn't have it in him. Going to be dying. Doesn't have level 25 nor the shard. Wow. GG is called. OG will take the second
GG.
game here against T1. T1 definitely putting up a much better
Oh,
fight
damn nice.